Howdy, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Scrub, and welcome back to Going Medieval. Last time, well, you can see what happened last time. We survived yet another raid. I think we took some minor damage, and some of the floors got damaged, which we're in the process of replacing. Other than that, things went pretty well for us. And first step of today is going to be clean up all this stuff to figure out what we have. And I went ahead and expanded the warfare stockpile to just cover the entire floor until we have something to do with it. I think I can actually do something about it starting tomorrow, but for now I'm just worried about getting the stuff inside. But it's also midnight, so we'll worry about that in the morning, I guess. Oh, hey, I found some more of the floor that got destroyed. That would explain why we're having stockpile problems. Okay, so I guess one of those that hit this actually did a lot more damage than I thought. I should probably check. Oh, yeah, look at that. Okay, well. The good news is it didn't do that much damage. I thought this was the only spot that got hit. Okay, well. Looks like the warehouse is, or the armory is okay, so. Okay, looks like we gotta do some work on the warehouse, but other than that, shouldn't be too big a deal. Okay, no, we have plenty of oh, wait, I think I forgot to put a apparel on this floor, too. There we go. Okay, now we should be okay with storage. Alright, morning of the 12th day, and we will start with all the hauling. Everything should now be movable. That's one thing that, I don't know how well it can be touched on, but yeah, sometimes it's real easy to not notice siege damage until after the fact. One, I didn't really look last time, but yeah, it just kind of tells you that something got destroyed, but you have no idea how much or where, so I'm hoping that's something that gets touched on in the future, but again, that kind of stuff is, I guess that's part of the game. I don't know. I can see arguments going both ways. And once all the hauling's done, definitely gonna need to get wood. And then I think we start mining in earnest. Because, yeah, now that we have the armory up and going, that means we can start focusing on more workshop stuff. And I think we already got most of it in here. Yeah, we got stonemason, sewing, and bowyer. I think we still need to get the tech for smithing. Yeah, blacksmithing right here. 100 limestone bricks, 30 research. We should be able to get that pretty quickly. Yeah, now that we're going into winter, we can spend a lot more time mining, so I think we'll be pretty okay on that front. And hopefully once we get all the stuff on the stockpile, everyone can be fully armored up and ready to go. Okay, a couple hours later, and it looks like we've got everything moved. So let's take a look and see what we actually have on the stockpile. Oh, that is a lot. Okay, well, that's good to see. Let's see what we can actually use. Here we go. 6. So we want everyone on helmets, winter armor. Okay. Then yeah, we can definitely make more efficient use of this space than just throwing all of it on the floor. So what we'll start building is weapon racks, and I think there's an armor rack. I might. Ooh, hold on. I might still have to actually research that. Oh, here we go, I found it. It's furniture 2 for armor racks, and we need actually more textbooks for that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bump that up as well. There we go, we'll go 20 textbooks and make a nice round 50 for Chronicles. And it looks like we're missing wood, so let's go ahead and start shopping some of that. And we got a merchant come in. Okay, it looks like we're finally starting to repair the damage in earnest, so. Okay, we should be back up to snuff by the end of today, I think. And just a merchant by yourself, so I'm oh, hey, domesticated wolf, that's cool. And another male chicken. Why would we get a hen? Okay, so you're probably not going to have that much on you, but better than a raid, I guess. Alright, let's see what the merchant's got for us. And yeah, you're pretty much broke, so we're going to take all your gold regardless. Okay, this guy didn't have much. I'm going to offload 200 hay and some herbs on him for all his gold, some random seeds, and a cask of wine. So, nothing too crazy, but if nothing else, he gets speech XP out of it, so that's nice. Yeah, that wolf, unfortunately, is all per carry capacity, otherwise I would have gone for that, but that's alright. And it wasn't a hen, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, these two are just running around. I guess, yeah, I guess looking at the walls, there was a bit more damage than I was expecting, but again, it's wood, so it's pretty easy to repair. Although, yeah, now that we've had our first look at siege equipment, we really do need to start looking at our walls, because, yeah, wood for the first major siege, I would call it, not too bad. Going forward, I don't think that's going to cut it anymore. So I think our objective for this winter is to get through as much of this as possible, and then we start fortifying, or at least making an attempt at our first stone wall. Which I think first step of that's going to be expanding the Great Hall and probably getting an infirmary online. And then I also need to figure out what I want to do with this whole area. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, first step of... I could try and expand these out, maybe turn these into shrines. That could be easy. Let's worry about repairing what we have first before we worry about building new stuff, though. And I think Magoda's starting to dismantle all the crap clothing we have to make better stuff, so... Hopefully that means everyone will start having better gear all around and everyone will be happier for it. Oh, and it looks like we got our first ice bucket underway. Okay, yeah, we're just waiting on a worker. Okay, Isabel, are you about to finish that? Okay, so you fill that up, and then, yeah. So now, yeah, it's filled up with water, and then, because it's below 32 outside, it's going to start freezing. I assume tomorrow it's going to start thawing, though, because it's not going to stay 29 degrees outside. I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens. But it's good to see Isabel is doing, because this is just considered generic crafting, so it's good that she's doing that. That means we can start catching up on that kind of stuff, and hopefully we'll start burning bodies, too. Yeah, we have wood, and when it's saying aloud, like if you hit this F when you have something highlighted, this little X means that no matter where it is on the map, the settlers will not use it, period. You usually want to save that for stuff that's like way too far out of reach for it to be worth grabbing. But we have plenty of wood that isn't marked like that. So I don't know why they can't make the floor. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, yeah, that was weird. And the first morning of winter. Winter held Hawkshaw in its icy grip, so the settlers gathered around the fire on long, dark evenings. They needed to bundle up in warm clothing and heat their chambers to beat the chill. Low temps, high chance of snowfall and blizzard, cold snaps, vegetation doesn't grow. Yeah, pretty much nothing good about winter. Winter just sucks. Which, first note of business, I think will be... Okay, that should be just about every brazier in the settlement. I'm just going to crank those over to high intensity, so that they're putting off the most heat at all times. With this much coal laying around, we shouldn't have an issue heating the place up. And we're still chunking through this. Is this all... Okay, this is all coal seams, so that's fine. So we'll finish this up, and then we'll start mining over here in full. Because other than that, food's looking pretty good. Yeah, we have a bunch of meals on stockpile. Let's see how the cellar's looking. Yeah, this thing's mostly filled up. So I think we are good to start working on the armory. Because this should all get filled in. Okay, we got a few stick floors to put in on the warehouse, and then... Yeah, I guess, I feel like repairing used to not take this long. Maybe that got changed where we actually took way more damage than I thought, but... As long as none of the settlers took damage, I'm pretty okay with that. Or at least killed. Okay, it looks like the last of the repairs are officially done. Yeah, for construction, it looks like they prioritize repairing over a new building, which, that makes sense. That's smart. Because again, as far as I can tell, repairs don't actually cost resources, it's just maintenance, so... I think we're okay on that front, it's just the time it takes to actually repair it. There we go. Library is fixed officially, and floors are in. Okay. So once the warehouse is done, we are completely recovered from the attack, except for this one bit of roof that needs to still go in. Okay, it looks like for winter, Windhills is going to get the last of whatever red current's willing to grow in, and then that's going to get destroyed, so... Okay, so red current won't survive through winter, but still very, very good. And then whatever we have in the cellar is probably just going to go right in the ground at the beginning of next season, so we should be perfect on that. And there goes the merchant. And that's finished up as well. So I think our first day of winter is not going to be super exciting. We're just going to kind of finish up stuff around the base. Probably go ahead and start getting the weapon racks installed in the armory. Then I might even go for Furniture 3 just to get the armor racks up. Because it is nice for organization just have everything laid out. But we'll see. I'll probably change my mind in 2 minutes. Although we will start with these weapon racks. There we go. Back wall should be fine. And the great thing about winter is that all the trees are dead, except for pines. So yeah, we can just kind of chop what we need to, and then next season will be alright. I am definitely just going to go for the big trees, because I'm pretty sure most of these trees will just come back to life, you know, as trees do. And of course we leave the lovely apple trees. Okay, so yeah, it looks like as soon as wine's getting finished up, it's all getting drunk immediately. So I think with the increased production, we should be okay. It's just that we haven't been keeping it stockpiled enough for us to have excess, but now we should be okay. Okay, I know I was just talking about getting that furniture too, but, you know, blacksmithing itself is probably slightly more important than a place to put armor. Go for that. And we should be able to build that pretty quickly. Looks like you can use clay or limestone. I like the limestone look better. We're gonna go ahead and let construction finish for today, and maybe some long-range hauling, depending on how long stuff takes, and then we'll start with mining tomorrow. So it looks like there's still some decent red kieran out here. We should probably grab this before it goes bad. Yeah, it's probably the last opportunity to do some long-range foraging as well, so probably do a quick sweep for that. And I did mention that I wanted to put a wall outside of the armory. Let me double check. This would go through a bedroom, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking... We'll come back to that. We have a couple things we need to do first. I'm still unsure of how I want the final base floor layout of the keep. I do think I like the idea of putting the chapel and the temple, like, expanding out of here. And then maybe, like, a layer of stone around the initial keep. We'll worry about making sure that everything that we need done is done first. Okay, yeah, we're starting to do a lot of crafting stuff around the base. That's really good to see. That means we're getting caught up on a bunch of the stuff for once. Yeah, winter is a really good opportunity to just get stuff done around the base as opposed to having to, like, go out and get a bunch of stuff done out in the wild. Because you don't gotta worry about, well, you do have to worry about food, but you should have gotten most of it done in the prior seasons, so winter's kind of a catch-up month, if you really think about or month. I guess it's kind of a month in this game, but it's whatever. I say month, it's only 13 days. Or 12. Time's a construct. And there we go. Yeah, first the ice is decomposing. Good news is we're gonna have these cranked out here, or for the rest of the season, so that'll be nice. Yeah, actually, while I'm thinking about it, how much... Okay, we have a decent amount of space for the ice. We shouldn't be filling it up too quickly. Because, yeah, all the initial ice is going to start going down soon anyway. So I think... can we get that off the floor, please? Thank you. Yeah, with what's going to start melting and what's going to come in, I think we should be just about okay. And then even though we can make it ourselves, I'm probably going to keep stocking on ice whenever they come in via merchant, just to make sure that we stay topped up. I kind of consider this more the backup plan than the permanent sustainability. And unfortunately, I don't think you can get a cellar cold enough to be freezing, so you can't just do this year-round, which, makes sense. I guess that would be kind of game-breaking if you could just guarantee that your cellar's permanently good. You also do need to do this terraforming in base at some point. I think the iron and stone takes priority over that, but when we start running out of clay, this should be our first project we do. Which, how are we looking? Because we have bumped up our brick production, I think. Still have 1,000 left. Let's get you up to 300 and see how clay looks after that. And we can probably go ahead and bump iron up to 150. Yeah, we got 2 producing. So producing is kind of your generic working at making quality items tag. So that could be either stonemason, making bricks, smelting, what have you. And yeah, even Jonette is starting to burn bodies, which is good. Oh, that's, wow, a big-ass tree for it to still be growing. Alright, we've got the first area marked for mining, and we do have a way up here. I think what I actually want to do is put a slope right here-ish. It's going to be a minor difference, but you know what? Every little bit count. Well, I say that. Yeah, actually, you know what? That is a waste. I thought we had a entrance further down here. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm making stuff up. Okay, and with all the weapon racks done, I'm going to go ahead and have them start moving all the stuff over. Yeah, look at how organized that is. Isn't that lovely? Although, while I'm thinking about it, we should probably start dismantling crappy bows as well. Yeah, I think we're at the point where we can start working on like quality crafting over quantity, which is very good for us. So it's same principle. Oh, we never did this. Okay, so we'll want 1 short bow on standby at all times, 1 long bow, and then we dismantle all the garbage wood items, including bone armor. Yeah, these armors, I don't think we can make ourselves. They're just kind of, they look cool, but they're not very good. It's, basically Raider armor, which is unfortunate, but what can you do? Yeah, we can get rid of all that. Anything that's worth something will sell, anything else can get turned to wood. And we've started mining, excellent. I'm gonna go ahead and get all this over here in the stockpile, just so I know how much we have to start off. I'd use the second half of today to just go ahead and get some hauling done, just so we have all the wood, stone, iron, and whatnot we have all in the stockpile now that it's completely repaired. And we got another cat. Hello, cat. Hello, silly. Billy? I don't know how you pronounce that. Female cat. The other two are male, right? 2 females and 1 male. Excellent. And everything's getting trained. Still haven't gotten any trained goats, unfortunately, but that'll happen sooner or later. We should also probably, starting tomorrow, consider... I don't know why this stuff's outside stockpile. We should probably consider... hunting. That's the word. Hunting, and I think, yeah, fishing is unfortunately not viable in winter, because, you know, I say that, there's actually a few here and there. I guess their spawn rate's just severely reduced in winter. I always thought it was, they just completely got away to kind of stimulate lakes freezing over and whatnot. I guess they're just kind of the same as, I think the regular animals stay. I don't think, they migrate or anything. That's why, hunting's usually pretty good in winter months. Although with that, it looks like we have most of our stuff on the stockpile. Yeah, 500 wood, decent amount of clay, dirt, limestone. Okay. Not crazy amounts of things, but we could be worse off. We got plenty of linen. Yeah, some leather from here and there. I think we're looking okay. Okay, we're good on seeds for a while, I think. I think we're okay on seeds. Although we do want to keep collecting herb seeds when we can. And then we're just gonna, like, these trees, we'll just let them decay wherever they are. And then, yeah, medicines. Starting to become a problem. 49 gold's not much, but it's better than nothing. Honestly, for our first year, this is shaping up pretty well. And those, I guess, got done at some point, so let's go ahead and haul those in. Oh, we never even hauled in the stuff from the merchant. Excellent. Well, at least it didn't go bad because it was cold outside. And yeah, so Magoda just picked up a bunch of ice blocks, which I thought you had to transfer one at a time, so that's nice to see that's not the case. And then, yeah, she'll just drop those, and... how are we looking now? 37.3. Okay, so yeah, looking between 37 and 37.5. Not too shabby. And just because it's not worth much and it keeps popping up, I'm going to get this decorative banner tech. That'll be nice for once we want to make rooms a little bit more nice to live in, but for now, I'm not too worried about it. It's mainly just get rid of the pop-up. So I think with that, we are probably good to start planning the chapel and the shrine. Yeah, this is something I'm also not sure what I want to do with, because it doesn't look like it leads to any mines naturally, but I also don't want to have to fill this entire thing in, so we'll figure something out to do with that at some point. Might have something to do with if we really expand the cellar and wanted to go this way, it could be an alternate entrance. Yeah, and it's been a while, but you're about to start power leveling mining. I say as I'm already thinking about our next construction project, but you gotta work with what you got. The other thing I should probably consider before we do that is because of the new role update, I think they added new research. Yeah, here we go, religious structures. So, a lectern. No ordinary book stand, a lectern holds sacred scriptures and upholds the word of our Lord. Okay. And a ritual circle. We need gold for that. Well, a gold ingot, but still gold. And beeswax, which we... You know, I said we just got rid of the tooltip. The one research we can do is for beekeeping, so that's great. But again, the skep isn't even going to work until we're back around to spring, so I'm not too worried about that. So I guess we would focus on the Restitutionist Shrine first. Okay, how much was that research worth? Oh, it's pure Chronicles. Okay, so that's one we just kind of gotta sit down and power through if we really want it. And what's wrong with you? Dead bodies. Why are you deprived of entertainment? We have a... Yeah. No one's depriving you of anything. Just go... Oh, it's almost break time. You'll deal with it then. And yeah, Yohama, because she's starting to break down all of the garbage items, she's going to start grinding her carpentry so she can make really good bows, which I should probably double check everyone's skill and make sure they have a longbow or a warbow. Although at this point, we can probably just go straight up to longbows, since we can make them ourselves. Although it doesn't look like anyone else has leveled up so far. Yeah, whenever the people that have short bows hit 10, we'll be able to just give them longbows, but for now, they'll be okay with what they have. Unless... Hold on, how? Yeah, crossbows. 30-20. Produced... just says wood. Oh yeah, okay, well, I think I know what we're getting next. Yeah, crossbows are pretty great. Because I think the basic crossbow has no skill requirement like the short bow. However, it has, I believe, shorter range but way improved armor piercing. So we'll probably start making crossbows and hand those out to the other guys. I think the longbows are still worth it compared to the base crossbow. I'm not entirely sure. We'll double check that once we start making them. But I might save my research for that unless I need something else before that. Also, I don't think we ever checked out the region map, I just realized. So, a region map. This is why we built the cartography table we were waiting on for so many parts. So yeah, you can see our region influence. As your settlement grows, so does your influence. To gain influence, you must enrich your wealth by amassing resources and constructing buildings. Victory in battle and repelling enemy raids increases your influence even faster. Reaching 100% means your settlement is the most influential in the region. And it even shows like this little spread out. I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I don't know if that does anything or if that's planned for the future. Although it is worth noting, even compared to the last time I played, there's a lot more settlements. I feel like the last time I played, there was usually just like 1 or 2 settlements per faction. So it's nice to see there's a lot more. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll even see the map changes the game progresses. That'd be fun. Yeah, like we're the Circle of Avalon, we're neutral. Faithful Sons of England like us. The Society of Fellows loves us. I think it's because we said screw you to the people from York. Or the Kingdom of York, rather. Oh yeah, they're anarchists. What are you guys? Oh, knowledge. Yeah, that would explain it. Oak Brethren, you guys are a monarchy. You guys are restitutionists. And I do believe at some point in the future there are plans to let us do some raiding and sieging as well. Which I assume the region map's going to be a lot more important once that hits, but I assume that is quite a ways away. Yeah, it's starting to get dark earlier, and it's already 24 degrees out, so... Yeah, you can see, winter, once it's in full swing, it's in full swing, which on that note, I'm going to start making sure we have Fox. I didn't want to make sure we had a Fox, but it's nice to know that Fox is officially on the map. But what I was going to say is, yeah, we need to make sure we have pretty much everything inside heated up as we would like it. So I'm going to run around and do some of that real quick. Also, interesting thing I just realized, I put my billiard table backwards. They can still work it. They just kind of go through it, so... I'll switch that around so it looks better at some point, but I also don't want to mess up mid-production, so... That's, I guess, worth noting. If you really need to, maybe you can squeeze stuff in even if it shouldn't make sense. Yeah, even 2 people tagging this, and I think Yohama's decent as well. 16. Yeah, she might actually be better than Jonah. Okay, he just caught up, but... Yeah, with him being a double miner, he should, if we let him do his job, be very good at it. Problem is finding time to let him. You know, I think I just realized people are getting sad because I have to keep walking by these corpses, so we might want to move the corpse pile away from the mining area. I could see why that's depressing, actually. Here we go, we'll put the the corpse pile away from where we need to be. That means we're gonna need to move you too. I also went ahead and bumped all the clay braziers up to medium priority so they get filled up before the torches do, since they actually put off a decent amount of heat. Are you annoyed about the corpses? Yeah, you sure are. Okay. That should, oh, I was kind of hope the wolves would actually finish that up, but I guess we'll just need to haul that stuff away. So, you guys don't have to... Oh, hey, there we go. Cat gave birth. Yay. Oh, yeah, that's cool. So, one other good thing about training animals is that once they're trained, they actually give birth to trained animals. That's the other reason you want to train. So since our first cat gave birth, the kitten is actually trained, so that's fun. Okay, the pen's starting to get a little bit crowded. Might be time to start culling the herd a bit. Oh yeah, the problem is I've spent so much time training some of these that I don't know if it's worth getting rid of them yet, and I also don't know how long goats live for, so we might have to find that out together. Okay, we got all the corpses over here just in time to rot. Perfect. I'm also going to go ahead and get a second pyre so that hopefully the next raid we can start burning through corpses more quickly. Because, yeah, that's the other thing I forgot is a good reason you want to do this, is that you don't have to keep looking at them, which, yeah, has actually been more of a problem than I'm used to, so that might have gotten changed at some point. That's good. There we go. The twin pyres are ready to go. Alright, there's the first block completed. That is a lot of limestone and a lot of iron. Well, a little bit of iron, but that is very nice for us, which means we should go ahead and bump this production up. Let's say 300. And I do need to move you so that we can put you back. And we'll put you right here for now, and then we'll flip you around. You'll be okay. And just double checking all the workstations in case I missed something. Okay, it looks like food production's been pretty good for us. Okay, so I think something I just realized, even though the trees look dead, because it's winter, they aren't actually dead. So, if you yelled at me in the comments about it, I figured it out. No worries there. Yeah, I guess they do look slightly different than the actual dead model, so... Alright, fair enough. I think we're at a point, again, where we're caught up. I went ahead and marked some trees to chop last night just to make sure we're ahead on lumber. Because I think we're good to go ahead and do some expansion. That's the other thing I hadn't really considered is... I guess building in winter is a bit slower because you have other stuff you can catch up on, but we'll get back into the swing of things, don't worry. And I was thinking about those temples down here. I'm also thinking I might want to just build like a, I don't know what you'd want to call it, like a farmhouse over here, just to have like 3 or 4 people live here. And then we can turn this grand hall, or turn the communal hall into the grand hall. So I might want to do that first. Then once we do that, I think we probably long-term want to turn this entire thing into the main keep. So we'll connect the storehouse, we'll connect the library, we'll connect the grand hall, and then it'll all just be like one major keep, and then it goes out into the courtyard, and yeah. That's what I'm thinking anyway. The plan, again, it's good to stay fluid in this game, but I think that's a pretty decent idea that I have to start. You'll get over the dead bodies, I swear. Okay, so just because we are getting limestone in pretty good quantities, I don't think we're going to be getting the blocks in as good a quantity. So I'm not going to turn this into a stone wall quite yet. However, and clear this house so I don't block myself in. Yeah, I think I want to go ahead and start this expansion just to make sure that it's ready for the next raid. So I'm thinking we do... like a 1-lane path around the armory should be good enough. Then what I'll probably do is actually knock down this wall and expand the armory even further. So maybe we do... and I probably want that... I think we can risk leaving that one single-layered for now. In before they smash in through the armory next raid and they just run through here and kill everybody. But I'm sure they'll be fine. I suppose I could also leave this hollow. Maybe make like a tower out of it or something. Let's finish the exterior wall first and then I'll decide. Oh, hold on, what's that? Oh, cold snap. Let's see. Severe frost turned the ground to iron, ruining planted crops. It's winter, I would think so. Trees split, birds froze to death, and rivers became solid ice. It was vital to the settlers to dress warmly and heat Hawkshaw sleeping quarters to evade the deathly kiss of cold. So, we've met regular winter. Now let's meet super winter. Yeah, it's gonna get real cold outside real quick. And to combat that, I'm actually gonna go ahead and increase the sleep time, decrease work time, and increase leisure time a little bit. I want to make sure these guys are inside as much as possible while still getting stuff done. But we do need to be a little bit more conscious about how cold it is, because cold snap is not messing around. Right now it doesn't look bad. I think it can drop down to like 10 degrees Fahrenheit, or I think that's 0 Celsius. I don't know. I'm a dumb American. Yeah, the temps are not looking great out here, and Can my animals actually freeze to death? I know the tooltip said that birds do. I don't think I've ever seen the animals freeze to death. If that's something they added, I'm about to have a very rude awakening, aren't I? You know what? You guys can have some torches just to be safe. I don't think it's going to make a difference, but... There you go. If nothing else, I can at least say an attempt was made. Alright, night's closing up for day 5. And it looks like we'll get this going. I don't know if you can get assaulted during a cold snap. That seems like it'd be pretty rude, but I'm not going to put it past the game, honestly. And I think we're once again out of wood, because everyone's been coming out here to get wood as opposed to go into the stockpile. I can also just check. I don't know, I guess the stuff out there has just been closer. Fair enough. And hopefully... You see how the temp is in here. 52. I think you'll be okay. Yeah, you're fine now. Okay. Yeah, you can see when people are working for too long, the cold gets to them pretty quickly, but I think it's been okay so far, and they can sit out there for a little bit until it becomes a major problem, but I think with our schedule, people should warm up long enough that it's okay. Okay, day 6, everyone's getting to work, and I think this is where I'm going to go ahead and call it a part for now. Pretty chill episode, being honest. Getting our first look at winter. We're getting the armory extension finished up. I'm still not quite sure what I want to do with this area. I'll probably end up extending the armory, since we're going to need a lot of space. But I could also... Even if I do, I'll probably leave it just like a first floor extension. Maybe put like a little... I don't know. Stick flooring above it just to have a shooting platform. We'll figure that one out. And then we do need to figure out a place for these shrines at some point to get an actual temple and a chapel going. Which, yeah, I'm still not completely sure on. It's probably just going to be this plan or some variation of it. I don't know. We'll figure that out. And we'll also figure out if we can survive this cold snap. And then after that, once we get through that, we'll be on to spring. And by then, we'll probably have even bigger raid forces coming. So, yeah, this place has served us well so far. But that's not going to work forever. So we need to probably grab all this limestone, do something with that at some point. And we also have to get into smithing, and yeah, year 1 has been pretty good to us. Year 2, if we can keep up, will shape up to be much better and much more challenging, but also much more rewarding. And we'll see if we can survive that. Until then, thanks for stopping by. See you later.